So welcome to this VanHackathon Hangout. Really great to see everybody here. We usually use Webinar Jam for these, but I really like Zoom because it gives everyone a nice way to interact and chat, actually use voice. So basically what we're going to be going over this hour that we have with us, and unfortunately we will have to stop at 9 p.m. UTC -3 because we have the VanHack Premium interview practice starting at that time, which I'll be conducting. So we only have 59 more minutes, but basically this is your time. I'm going to go over very much like the basic high-level stuff about the VanHackathon, maybe answer some frequently asked questions right now, and then it's really time for question and answers for you guys to ask any questions that you have. So for those of you who don't know, the VanHackathon is a virtual hackathon. I'm sure you guys all know that, but just want to make sure it's a virtual hackathon. It will happen on Slack, and it will be with Canadian companies that are looking to hire from abroad. So they're either open to sponsoring your visa, as is the case with Hootsuite, Shopify, VanHack Labs, some of the bigger companies, or hiring you remotely, as is the case for companies like Intellect or MentionMap. Or my GreenSpace, smaller companies. And the way it'll work is that at 8 p.m. on October 21st, so about, I guess, 10 days from now, scary, 10 days from now, I will be sharing the challenges with everyone at the same time. This time, different than last time, we'll actually be hosting the VanHackathon in the VanHack area, the VanHack members area. We've built out a whole members area VanHackathon feature, which will be released soon. It's almost done. And you'll be able to see all the challenges, select which ones you want to participate in, so companies know that you're participating in their challenges, so they're going to pay attention to you and start talking to you and recruiting you. And then you'll be able to submit your projects on the VanHackathon app. And actually, the only thing we won't be doing in VanHackathon is the voting. We'll be doing that in another Vancouver startup called Want2 on their platform, because they're actually going to be hiring, not right now, but soon. So we wanted to use their platform for it. Anyway, so that's how it'll work. You'll have 48 hours to submit the projects. It'll end at 8 p.m. It'll be submitted on the VanHackathon, on the VanHack website. As I said, there'll be a place for you to submit all the projects on our website. Actually, I can probably screencast that, Raphael, for you right now. So let me just share my screen so you guys can see. So here, VanHackathon. Yeah, so can you guys all see this? Yep. So this is not released yet. I only have it because I'm an admin. But basically, you'll be able to see the challenges. So companies will be putting challenges. We don't have any challenges yet because I haven't posted them. I haven't input them here. And then all your projects will be submitted here, right? So this is just an example. And every company, you'll be able to see all the projects. And then you can go into the details of the project. I don't know if this is available yet. No, I guess not. We're not ready. And then you can see your own project. So it's not done yet. Thiago, our CEO, is working on it still. So yeah, it's under construction, almost done, should be done this week. And then it'll be all ready for you guys to work on. Hopefully not too many bugs. Today, actually, I don't know if you guys saw our website crash because we had 1,000 people on at once this morning, which was a new record for us. But yeah, we are talking, we fixed it, but hopefully Azure is doing better from here on out. Anyway, so that's basically how it'll work. I think there's, maybe other information I can add. VanHackathon companies that have confirmed. So we have, I think, 11 or 12 companies that have confirmed to be part of the hackathon. They are Hootsuite, Shopify, Article, Thinkific, My Best Helper, My GreenSpace, VanHack Labs, BizNas, which is my favorite name, BizNas, a company from Kelowna, is looking for Angular 2 developers, by the way. Dreamify, Grow, Intellect, and MentionMap. So those are the companies that have confirmed. Still waiting to hear from one specific big name company that you've all heard of. Don't want to share. Actually, two. I'll give you a hint. One of them, we're using their products to host the hackathon. So I'm guessing if you can figure that one out by yourself. So they are from Vancouver and hiring a lot. So I'm not too hopeful because it's pretty hard, but yeah, it may be for the next one. We'll see, just because we only have 10 days left, but you never know. Yeah, so those are companies that are confirmed. They are going to be participating actively in the Slack group. They will have members of their, you guys all saw there's channels. Every company will have a channel, and every company will have a person from their company in that Slack channel. So like either the CEO of a smaller company or like the recruiting manager, HR person will be active in the Slack group. Trying to get them to be as active as possible. You never know. And they'll be there to answer your questions. And basically it's a great chance for you to network, because you can kind of show them that you're interested in the company, ask good questions, be smart, and impress them, build that relationship, and then hopefully that leads to hire, or at least an interview, and then you can go from there. But yeah, that's the way that it'll work. Anything else I've missed? I'm sure there's a ton that I've missed, but I think, yeah, I'll just open it up to questions. For those of you guys just joined us, this will be recorded so you can watch it afterwards. And basically, I just want to do a Q&A, hang out with you guys, hear what you have to say, your questions are, and help you get ready for the hackathon, which is in 10 days. So yeah, any questions about the VanHackathon, please ask. And actually, just to avoid people talking over each other, there should be a way for you to raise your hand. I think it's just at the bottom. If you scroll your mouse to the bottom, there should be like a raise hand gesture or function. Or maybe if you scroll over your name, I forget where it is in Zoom. If someone can find it and type into the chat where it is, that would be very helpful. But yeah, otherwise, I don't know. Maybe you can just say, like, I have a question in the chat. I'm sorry, I don't have it in my view. In terms of hands up or hands down. So yeah, I found it. Cool. Yeah, where is it, Diego? Raise hand. Exactly, raise hand. So if you can just blink on participants on the bottom. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, click on participants in the bottom, and then you should have raise hand. So if anyone has a question, Thiago asked in the chat privately to me, but I'll just read it out. Any network system position available with these companies? So Thiago, no, this hackathon is just for developers and designers. That doesn't mean that VanHack will not help people who are from other types of markets or backgrounds. So if you work with infrastructure, I know a lot of VanHackers work with infrastructure. Just because we can't really do challenges virtually, at least maybe we can, I just don't know. And also a lot of companies are like not sponsoring visas of infrastructure engineers just because there's not that big of a need. So it's hard for us to get infrastructure hiring partners. So yeah, unfortunately not. But I know that like we have many infrastructure members, and they've been having success getting jobs. One of our database developers got a job in SQL. I know not necessarily infrastructure, but like he's not a programmer really. He's more like a database SQL guy. He got a job in Toronto yesterday. So yeah, actually on Friday, sorry. But anyway, yeah, moving on. Thanks, Thiago. Great question. I see Diego and Hamilton have questions. I'll just go with Diego because his name starts with the D before H. Sorry, Hamilton. With Diego, I'll just go alphabetical. Go ahead, man. You can unmute yourself and ask, please.
Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So some of the people are asking the same question. What is the difference between the challenge and the project? And how will it work? Companies will submit the challenges, and can we work on them? Like, I don't know, how is it going to work?
Cool, great. Give me one sec. Yeah, so challenges are what companies want you to build on. Want you to build. So challenges are like, for example, build this. Or one of our companies, I can already tell you guys, is going to ask people to build a Slack bot. So it's like the challenge is what the company is looking for. The project is what you build. So you and a team of 1 to 4 people will build the project. You can work on multiple challenges during the weekend. So you can work on 3 or 5 challenges. It's up to you. And yeah, you can just submit a project as like a entry for the challenge, if that makes sense, right? So challenge is what the company is looking for. It's that company gives a challenge, and the project is your response to that challenge. Okay. I hope that was clear. Does that answer your question, Diego?
Yeah, that's fine. Got it.
Cool, man. Awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, thanks. All right, Hamilton, go ahead.
Hey, so I was just wondering this week because I started a group to warm up for the hackathon.
Yeah, I saw that. That was great.
Yeah, and we already defined our team and what we're going to implement. We created a challenge for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just thinking, if you don't have, let's say, the expected technologies those companies will look for, so we do some warm-ups on those technologies during these next 10 days, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Great question. So this is something that I'm waiting for the companies to submit. Most of them haven't submitted their challenges yet. So my big focus in the next 10 days is to get all the hackathon challenges. You know how people are always waiting till the last minute. But I can tell you we're going to have React, C++, C Sharp, Java, Ruby on Rails, design. So if you're a designer, we'll definitely have a couple design challenges, digital marketing challenge. There's probably other ones that I'm like Python. I'm sure we'll have a Python challenge, Angular too, as I mentioned. There's probably others, but basically what you can do is you can go to VanHack website, and everyone, you go to vanhack.com/hackathon, you'll see the logos of all the members, of all the member companies, and then those are the companies that are participating other than Broadband TV, who I need to take down the logo. But anyway, you can just click on those logos. That goes directly to the careers page, and there has all their job openings. So
Okay.
guys, like all the jobs that companies are looking for, it's all public information. You can just go to their careers pages and see exactly the skills that they're looking for. And chances are like that those are the skills that they're going to be testing for at the hackathon, right?
Okay. Of course.
So yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So just do that, and you'll see all the information you need.
Okay. Other question. On the last hackathon, did you saw, let's say, winning projects that didn't have a designer?
Yeah, I think so. One of the projects was by a front end developer. He won, he built a Chrome extension, and that didn't need a designer. So yeah, you don't necessarily need a designer, but I think that depends. So I think during the hackathon as well, you can see some people will be, oh, I'm a designer, I'm working by myself, I want a team. And this is actually leads me to another great point. I'm going to share my screen again to talk about teams. So thank you, Hamilton. I'm going to put you on mute, okay?
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, cool. So I'm just going to quickly share my screen for the teams. Let me just do one thing. Okay. Welcome, by the way, to everyone who just joined. Hello. Cool. So I'm sharing the screen here. Can you guys see? Gotta reload the page. So can you guys all see this? Yeah. The Trello board. So everyone who is a VanHackathon member already has access to this, but basically all the people who need teams have their profiles here. And then all the teams that are starting to form but needed a designer. So it looks like everyone needs a designer. That's funny. We need designers, yes. It's like drummers. Everyone needs a drummer. Everyone needs a designer. Anyway, so basically if you have a team but you still need more members, you put what you need here. I-98 needs you, so join their team. And then if you have a full team, which I guess Hamilton, you're right here, team Beepify, that's funny. Team Hipsters, Team Value, Team The Jump of the Cat, Pulutugat, that's hilarious. Yeah, so Team Hawaii. No one apparently wanted to join Team VanHack, which I'm very sad about, just me. But it's okay. Cool. So yeah, these are the teams and the way that we're going to be making teams. And then of course, during the hackathon, people are going to be working to make their teams and connect with each other as well. So yeah, that's how the teams will work. One tip that I have is guys, if you're thinking of joining the hackathon, and I saw someone ask about this, it's not free. It's for pro and premium members. The reason, honestly, we don't make it free is we want people to be committed. I feel like if we make it free, then it'll be like a bunch of people sign up, but no one actually participates. They don't see the value. So maybe we'll make it free in the future. I don't know. We're still thinking about that because like maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. But right now we want to at least $10, like it's 20 reais or 25 reais, price of McDonald's. I think it's worth it. And you don't only get, this is another thing, you don't only get the hackathon. We really want to make it so you get a lot of value. So you get a 15-minute consultation call, you get a group hangout every month, you get a video course, access to a hackathon Slack group where you can ask questions to our team. Like you get a lot, I think, at least for that $10. So yeah. And of course, it's also for premium members too. So yeah, other questions, guys? What is a Trello board, Marcelo? That is where we're using Trello to help people find teams. Yeah, that's the tool we're using. Eventually, we'll probably have something like that in our own system, but you know how it is, startup life, MVP. So yeah, right now we built in the new hackathon feature, and in the future, the name of the board, it's I think VanHack team or something like that, but it's only available for premium members. If I'm not able to find a team, will I receive a refund? Yeah, Julian, if you don't get the value out of it, we do offer a 30-day refund to all of our members. That's for both pro and premium. So yeah, no risk in joining. And I would say, Julian, the way that I would look at it is it's an opportunity for you to improve your skills. So you can spend 48 hours working together with a team or by yourself on a project, and you'll learn a lot, you'll grow a lot, and you can use that project on your GitHub, on your LinkedIn profile, create your portfolio. So I think there's a lot of value to it. And of course, no worries if you want the refund, it's all good. Cool. No, Bruno, there's no jobs right now. Marcelo, send me a message in Slack and I'll add you to the board. Okay. Cool. All right. So I see a couple hands up and I don't want to ignore. So Cassiano, I apologize. Please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Great. So I'd like to ask, 2 days is a really short period of time for developing great stuff. So what would you recommend for us in our projects that companies would value the most? We would try to develop as much features as we can, or we should try for quality and get the best architecture or the best automated testing design, stuff like that. What do you recommend?
That's a great question, Cassiano. Wow, awesome question. I should write a blog post about that. Yeah, writing that down. Recommend features versus quality. Awesome question, buddy. All right, so I don't really know because I think both, to be frank, I don't know the right answer because I think each company will be different. But if I had to guess, I would say quality. I think what they really want to see is someone who can build something that is good rather than just putting a bunch of stuff together. I think that's probably the best way to go about it. Building something that is that is quality. So I think that really is good, is what they want. But at the same time, I think being creative and showing what you can do in a short amount of time, I think that's the beauty. Like Alan said, don't sleep. That's the beauty of a hackathon, is really you focus on something for a short amount of time. But honestly, you'll be surprised. The stuff you can build in 48 hours during hackathon is sometimes better than what you'd take weeks or months to build, because it's so intense and you work on it and you build it really quickly together in your team or by yourself. So yeah, I think that try and balance the two. But if I were to do something, I would do more quality. But of course, don't be so obsessed with quality that you don't actually build much. So it's a gentle balance between the two. And honestly, the best thing to do is ask the company. So that's the beauty of it, because you'll be in the Slack group with them, right? So you could say, hey, recruiter from Thalmic Labs, tell me what is it that you value and maybe you can see in their careers page or in their about page what they really like and what they're looking for, and deliver that to them. So yeah, that's a really good question, Cassiano. Nice, thank you.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, no worries. Cool, let me see here. Alan has a question, so Alan, go ahead.
Hello, did you hear me?
I can hear you now, Alan. Hey, how you doing?
Okay, thank you, man. Well, my question is simple because I went to some hackathons, and one of the most important thing I realized there is if you have access to the people to question, to get data, to get information, to know about the business. Because when you are developing something, sometimes you have a great idea, but this is not applied to the business, to the time of the business of the client. So sometimes you need to interview the client to to him explains some stuff to you, how the things works and how they want to implement something. And this is the first question. Is the second is they are going to give us a kind of database or API access or something like that.
Some of them will, yes. Some companies will. Others won't. So that's something that again varies by challenge. But yeah, you can talk to the person and be in touch with them, as I just mentioned, as much as you can during the group. I think that's something that would be a big tip for me, for everybody, is communicate as much as possible with the companies. That's really something they're looking for. They're looking for someone who is smart, who can ask good questions, who can really be engaged and is interested and excited about the opportunity for the company. No one wants to hire someone who doesn't really care about their company or isn't interested in the project. So, of course, don't be spamming them, asking them questions every 5 minutes. Be smart about it. But I think that it's something that's unique about this virtual hackathon is that you can't really go to a hackathon in Brazil and talk to a company from another country, and this is what we're doing. So yeah, we really want to connect you guys with them as much as possible, and of course, just as much as you guys connect to them, they get to see you and find the best person for their jobs.
Great.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, Alan. Really appreciate your question. You still look confused. Everything okay?
No, everything is great. I just asking because sometimes I went to some hackathons and they don't give us some special information,
Mm-hmm.
like environment or like technology they want to use or. Well,
Yeah.
every hackathon is different, but
Yeah.
I think this will be great. It's something different because I think they are very interesting. So,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
we too. So
Awesome. Yeah, and I
it'll
saw.
be awesome. It'll
Yeah,
be great.
I think it'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, last one was great, and I'm hoping to do even better this time around. So thanks, Alan. I'll put you back on mute here. Cool. So I saw ERS just asked me for a request where we have a table of the companies and the technologies that they use. So I'm going to create this as a infographic and share with you guys this week, so we can all see, and I think it'll be clear. Yeah. So that's a really nice suggestion, buddy. Awesome. I see Diego still has his hand up. Is that a question you have again, Diego? If so, please unmute yourself and ask. If not,
yeah. Okay. So I've been some hackathons before, and some of them you have to work alone, and the others you have to work in a group. And this is the first one that you, as far as I remember, you can choose, right? You can either work by yourself or join a group. From the first hackathon that was in May, I guess. What was the most common, like, did you have most of the participants were in a group or were working alone?
Good question. I think most of them were working in a group, but I don't have hard data on this. I know we had 647 participants and 247 or something like that projects. Yeah, I don't know the exact number, like 650 participants and like 200 and something projects. So if you do the math, like I think most people were in teams, like at least of 2 people, right? And so but at the same time, we did have a fair amount of people working by itself. So I think it was pretty close. It was like 60-40 maybe. And yeah, so I think that if I had like to give advice, I would say if you are in a team that you're excited about, then work with them. But if not, then don't. Like if you can't find a team, don't force yourself onto a team, because that you have such a short amount of time, and a lot of the challenges you can do a good job by yourself. You don't need a team. So yeah, like I would say, like, unless you have like a really great team, you're super excited, you know, like you've been maybe working together a little bit before, like Hamilton is warming up already with his team, then you know, just do it by yourself, and you know, do the best you can. And one of the winners last time, he worked by himself, and he got an interview. Unfortunately, he wasn't hired, but you know, he did a good job and impressed the company with his project. And yeah, I think a couple of the people who got hired remotely were by themselves. So yeah.
All right,
Cool.
thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks, Diego. All right.
I guess you're muted. We can't hear you anymore.
Oh, sorry, I put myself on mute. Meant to put
Yeah.
someone else on mute. Hamilton, did you have a question still?
It's just a comment from previous experience on hackathons.
Mm-hmm.
There is one tricky detail that most of the time people forget, especially when doing remote hackathons, is that agree with your family that you're going to work that weekend. You know, believe me, this brings a lot of issues during the hackathon. Okay, this happens. I've been there, done that. Just word of advice.
Great tip. Yeah, I agree. Lock yourself in your office. Tell your wife to play with the kids. Maybe go to her mom's house or her sister's house or something. Yeah. Cool. Great advice. Cool. Alan, you have another question? Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to know if you see some problem. If I called to two friends and they want to came to the hackathon. They are going to subscribe to the hackathon, and we are thinking to work together in Brasilia, like a team.
Yeah, in person.
Our three, yeah, in person.
Yeah. That's great.
To build a headquarter and stay 2 days coding and designing something.
That's so cool. Yeah.
I just want to know if this is not allowed or this is allowed because it's a virtual. So
no, it's totally allowed. Actually, that's a really great question, Alan. And actually, one of the winning teams last hackathon was a group that like has their own company. Like the four of them work together already. And so for them, they joined as a team of four. They were all in their office during the weekend. They even had the Canadian flag up. It was really cool. And actually, one of the things that we really encouraged during the hackathon is everybody to take pictures, you know, social media, all that stuff. So take pictures of yourself working. A lot of the guys like took pictures with the coffee mug or like a Red Bull. And yeah, that's really, really awesome. So we'll put that on our Facebook page and everything. So yeah, please like create a little mini headquarters. And if you guys are, I saw Chris said that people in Sao Paulo, please use the Slack group to just organize yourselves and say, okay, well, I'm in Sao Paulo, or I'm in Brasilia, or I'm in Rio, whatever other city, and you can kind of meet up at someone's house, or you can find like a co-working space maybe that's open in the weekend, or probably someone's house is easier to just work together. So yeah, that's a really cool idea. Definitely something we highly encourage, and I think is great.
Great.
Yeah, nice, Alan. Very cool. All right. So Cassiano asked here privately, do you have any advice? Oh, sorry. Let's just everybody be on mute, please. Do you have any advice for beginners at hackathons? Yeah, lots of coffee, lots of Red Bull. Get those ready. Maybe order some pizza. I think the biggest thing I would say is, first off, decide if you're going to be by yourself or with a team. That'd be my first thing to decide, to figure out what's your strategy for that. And then from there, I would do as much research on the company that you're working on as possible, and communicate as much as possible with the team member from the company of the challenge you're doing. Also, I would say do something that is challenging for you. Don't just, I mean, of course, do a challenge that you feel comfortable with and you think you're going to do a good job at, but don't be afraid to bite off something and try something new and creative. That's kind of the beauty of hackathons. And I think that's really what the companies want to see. Someone who's able to take, go above their limits. So maybe if you're, how can I say, if you're like a maybe junior developer, like intermediate, and there's like this new program you've been wanting to learn or wanting to experiment with, use this as an opportunity for that. I think like don't play it safe. I would say in a hackathon. I know that might sound counterintuitive because you really want to do a good job and make sure your code is great, etc. But no, hackathons are fun. They're supposed to be exciting, creative. It's not about really following, of course, not following the rules, but like don't stay in your limits, right? So that'd be my biggest advice. And just Diego, we have members from Colombia, we have members from Nigeria, we have members from Argentina, Venezuela, we have members from all over the world, not just Brazil, although it feels like it, I know. We are still very much like 90% Brazilian, and I'm hoping that percentage goes down. Although, of course, I'm married to a Brazilian. Brazil's great. It's just we want to be more diverse, right? So Bruno's from Portugal. Awesome. Bruno, I'm going to Lisbon in November. If you're going to be in Lisbon, or if you live in Lisbon, I'd love to meet up. Send me an email, ilya@vanhack.com. Yeah. You got a girl from us on the left. Yeah, exactly. I don't know, ERS, I don't want to be politically incorrect, but basically I took the best part of Brazil and then left. My wife is the best part of Brazil. Yeah, thanks guys. I looking back, I feel like it's a smart move too. Now I'm trying to help you guys make the same move, right? So yeah, and we'll all do the same thing together. Cool. Question, John, game developers in the hackathon. Yeah, so John, great question. By the way, I hope you liked your resume, John. I just started with you. John is a VanHack Premium member whose resume we just completed. So anyway, we don't have any games companies yet for the hackathon. I really am working on this, and something that I'm a little bit sad about, that we need more game developers in our or game companies in our ecosystem. But unfortunately, none of them have, no game companies that we've approached have confirmed yet, but we're working on it. So I don't know if we'll have any game challenges this time around, but definitely have more and more challenges from game companies as we go. Cool. Bruno has a question. So Bruno, go ahead.
Hey, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. My question is, how do we deliver the artifacts to the company? I mean, if it's a website, they can check it online or something, but if it's an Android package, do we have like an upload box in VanHackathon, or just how do we do it?
Yeah, great question. So yeah, there will be like room for you to put links. So I would like put all the code onto GitHub and just link to GitHub. And maybe if there's like a password or something you want to protect it, it's up to you. So you'll be able to submit that in your project's page. So there'll be basically room for links, and what that means is you either link to GitHub or link to Bitbucket, and then from there companies can see it. So would that work for you, Bruno? Is that okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, fantastic, cool. I have a Canadian friend who might want to join. Would that work the same? Yeah, definitely. Canadians would love to have a Canadian actually in the hackathon, Marcelo, and yeah, definitely it's the same process for everyone. So VanHack or premium members. But yeah, that's super cool to have. We had an Indian guy join last time, who was like a Canadian guy, like I think he was Canadian PR citizen. But yeah, so Marcelo, any Canadian members will be very, very welcome. Yeah, cool. Any questions? I guess, Marcelo, if that was your question, just ask in the chat. Any other questions, guys? Trying to think, what else can I explain or share? Cool. So I just got a message here. And It's from one of the VanHackathon companies called Pintellect, and they're actually deciding to do something a little bit different. So they're going to offer a cash prize for the winner of their challenge. So instead of hiring you, so it won't be a job, but they want to buy your code. So basically, this is actually really important. The code that you make and everything you build during the hackathon is yours. We want to make this very clear. It's all yours. Like, this is not a hackathon where, you know, companies take your code or anything like that. No way at all. But this company, Pintellect, in this case, is looking for someone to build a Slack bot for them. So they haven't determined yet the amount of money that they're going to offer, but they are interested in buying your code for the winning team. So that's not a job, but it is, you know, a payment for your work. So I guess kind of a job. So yeah, to be clear, all the code and all the stuff you build in a hackathon is 100% yours. You have the rights to it, etc. But this one challenge, instead of hiring you like for a job ongoingly, wants to buy the code from you and potentially hire you as well. So they want to build a Slack bot. I can't really share more than that. I'm just gonna, because it won't be fair to give more information about technologies, etc. But basically, build a Slack bot. What is a Slack bot? It's a bot in Slack. Yeah, I think you know what it is. Yeah, cool. I thought you knew what that was, Alan. Cool. All right. So yeah, that's some breaking news. I just got a message from the CEO just now, and yeah, just throwing that out there. Of course, other companies want to like hire you with a full-time job and sponsor your visa and stuff like that. So that that's something to consider. But yeah, maybe, you know, that might be interesting for you guys as well. So yeah, awesome, cool. Any other questions? We have about 20 more minutes. So whatever you guys have, whatever on your mind. If you don't want to ask by voice, you can chat. Oh, John asked, yeah, each company will choose a challenge. Yeah, every company will have either 1 or 2 challenges. And they will share that with you, and you can choose one or as many of those challenges as you want. You will not be assigned a challenge. It's up to you. You're free to choose which challenge you want to create. How about AI? Well, actually, that's something that VanHack is working on. So maybe it's interesting aside for you guys, the kind of next product we're building. By the way, we're going to launch VanHack app for iOS and mobile and Android like this week. So keep an eye out for that. But the next step we think is to build an artificially intelligent recruiter. We want to build a system that companies can talk to that will, no love for Windows Phone, no, Diego, no love at all for Windows Phone, my friend. I'm sorry. Yeah. Although we are using Xamarin to build it, and our backend is in .NET and C#, so we are using mobile technology, or sorry, Microsoft technologies, just not the phone. Yeah. Any idea the number of participants we'll have? I'm guessing somewhere between 600 and 700, if I had to guess, probably same as last time. Hopefully more, but I don't know. We'll see. Excuse me. Can you show the platform we will work? Yeah, so I guess I can show again the screen for anyone who came late. It's in the VanHack members. This is the VanHack, like, this isn't live yet, it's only for admins, but basically you'll be able to see all the challenges here. And I haven't added any, but you'll be able to see them all here. Then you can go and see all the projects of different people and the different people that are on the project. And then you'll be able to submit your projects here. So this isn't ready yet, but it will be. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, we're still building this. It's almost ready to go. Probably be ready this week, and all ready in time for the hackathon next week. We'll release it without any information, like without any challenges for you guys to try and play with once it's ready. When I say you guys, I mean all pro and premium members. But yeah, Cool. So yeah, what I was talking about, and this is just like my ideas still, but like my vision is that company will be able to talk to this VanHack bot or whatever we end up calling it, and tell it, hey, I'm looking for a React developer. This is the job, etc. Just like, filling out a form, and then the bot will scan all of your profiles and select magically the best 5 or X people for the position. So this is where the artificial intelligence comes in. I want to basically replace myself, so I don't have to spend hours of my day looking through all your profiles. Not that I don't like your profiles, I just don't like to spend hours looking through them. And so yeah, maybe VanHack will throw out that challenge for whoever wants to take it. And yeah, show us examples of projects. Yes, you can see all the examples of projects at the last VanHackathon here. I'll put that in the chat. Just 1 second. Here, you can see all the participants here. Yeah. Any other questions here? We should start a project using a new tech. Companies using something we already know. So that's up to you. If you want to learn something new, I would say try it, but it's a risk as well because you probably won't be as good as in something that you know. So yeah, it's up to you, man. Any challenges in mobile apps, iOS and Android? Yeah, I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that there will be at least one mobile, both iOS and Android challenge. Yeah. Cool. Microsoft discontinued Windows Phone. Did it really? Wow. That's funny. Cool. Okay, Windows Mobile is the same. Okay, I see. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Diego. No Windows Phone app for VanHack. Cool.
That's fine.
Yeah. Cool, Bruno. I see you have your hand up. Is that like an old hand up or new hand up?
No, it's a new one. When we're working in teams, for example, me and a friend, and we want to try a challenge, do we both have to deliver the code? Like, I deliver the code once, and then he does it again, or just one is okay, and then we mention the other people?
Yeah. So on my projects, you'll be able to add team members. So what you can do, like one of you can create a project, add the other one, and then submit the project. And just make sure, like the other thing, make sure you're very clear who built what.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, yeah. And another tip, by the way, for everyone is if you can add some kind of video explanation of your project, that really helps. Like 1 minute screenshot saying, hey, this is who I am, this is what I built. Because the companies want to also know your spoken English. So if you can build something, if you can record a quick video, doesn't have to be like beautiful, and please don't make it 10 minutes long. Make it like 1 minute long, maybe 2 maximum. Show who you are, and that'll be really great. Something that'll help companies evaluate your skills better. Cool. Anyone else? Diego, is that a new question?
Yeah. Just nobody wants to ask other questions, so are we allowed to use like open source stuff like codes or pictures or I don't know, like admin LTE with an open source administration interface?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, open source is totally fair game. Yeah. Yeah. Don't feel like you have to start from scratch. If you guys want to use like Twitter Bootstrap or whatever else, like other open source stuff, actually like using open source kind of shows your intelligence in a way, like if you know the right open source projects to use and how to use them. So yeah, I think that's totally fine. Great question, Diego. Yeah, and by the way, you guys, you can see all the VanHackathon rules here. So let me just pull up the page. Here you go. I'm sharing it in the chat so you can see all the rules here. Yeah. So I think we have a rule here about open source. Just wanna, yeah. is you're encouraged to use third-party services, APIs, open source projects, libraries, frameworks. Yeah, so basically, it's up to you. Yeah. Cool. So I want to hear from someone who isn't sure they're going to join yet. If that's you, if you have any doubts as to how we'll be or anything like this, please ask. Your time to shine. And actually also have a request for any females in the audience to please ask. We are, as I don't know if you guys just saw, we are now family friendly. We just launched a new product. It's not really a new product, but basically a new Slack channel called VanHack Families, where we really want to encourage your entire family. If you have kids that are old enough to use Slack, or of course your husband or wife, yeah, they can also join the VanHack Premium Slack group. So for all of you guys who don't know, part of VanHack Premium is we have a Slack group, and we chat with our members all day, every day about it. And so about life, about moving to Canada, about anything that they want, given on-demand support. And so we created a channel there, especially for families. So yeah, that's something that we really want. So if you're a VanHack Premium member, your spouse might be not from the tech space, but she can still, or he can still join the Slack group. So anyway, hi Ruben. Hey man, Ruben is one of our members from Spain who's living in Vancouver. So hey Ruben, what's up? Good to see you here, buddy. Okay, cool. I saw some questions here in the chat. Davidson says his first hackathon, which is awesome. We're programming in my SO or develop the code on a specific web platform. It's up to you. It's totally up to you. I would say whatever the companies want, then do that. Alan, but there's can be any guarantee of winner? Yeah. So unfortunately, there's no way for us to control what companies will do or who they will hire. So there's no guarantee. It's impossible for us to give that because it's someone else who makes the decision. What we will be offering though is a pair. Actually, there's something that I need to confirm, but I think I need to see, because it doesn't matter the details, but we will probably be giving a pair of headphones, Samsung wireless headphones, away to one of the winning teams, as well as 3 memberships to VanHack Premium for 1 year for our for 3 winners. So yeah, that's something that we haven't really shared, but we should share. Yeah, cool. The hackathon is kind of a developing knowledge test. Exactly, Marco. Yeah, it's just a way to test, to see your skills, to see what you can do, to see how you communicate, to see your knowledge. And really the reason why we do this hackathon, guys, is because hey Thais, I'm just gonna mute you. So the reason why we do this hackathon, guys, is because companies don't really have a way of seeing your skills because you're not in Canada, so they can't meet you and talk to you face to face. So the best way for them to evaluate you is to see your code and see how you work in a real life environment. So yeah, that's kind of what it is and how it works. Cool. I asked for a female to ask a question. So if there's any girls, any ladies, maybe Thaisa, maybe Thais, Pauletta, I'm going to start picking on you. Other girls, I think there's only 3 or 4 here. I don't know. Okay. So ladies, do you have any questions? Pauletta, do you have a question? Thaisa? No? Pauletta's not a girl. I'm sorry, buddy. I mean, your name, Pauletta, kind of sounds like a girl's name. So I think you can see my confusion. Hey, man, don't worry. I think it's my name ends with an A. I've been called hey Ilya, where is she by teachers before, so I feel your pain. and I apologize deeply for that. The glass is pink. Yeah, cool. So, all right, we got 10 minutes. The VanHackathon will begin next Friday, so October 21st at 8 p.m. Brazil time, 4 p.m. Pacific time. So yeah, that's when the hackathon will start. Yeah, that's a great idea, Diego. Yeah, I'll think about it actually. We'll see how to do that. Cool. All right, empty ones. Yeah, no, full ones. Cool. All right, guys. There's no other questions. I'm gonna end the hangout now, just because I want to have like a 5-minute break between the VanHack Premium Slack interview practice and this 2 hours on like the internet is kind of giving me a headache. So anyone have any questions, please ask. How will be time? Yeah, so good question about time difference. It's not that big of a time difference, 4 hours. It's not that big of a difference, so don't worry about it. Maybe some companies will join a little bit later. Of course, companies won't be in the hackathon the whole time, so they won't be there all the time. It depends. Some will stay more than others. It's hard for us to control or regulate. So, yeah. It is. Yeah, they're going to stay in Slack, exactly, in the Slack channel. Yeah. Cool. All right, well, it was a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. If you are not part of the hackathon yet, you can join with this link here. Let me just send you the link. This is the link to join. You have another 10 days to join. Yeah, so guys, it was a great pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for your questions, for spending some time hanging out with me. For all you Pro and Premium members, we'll talk in Slack. For everyone who's not Pro or Premium member, please join. If you have any questions, let me know. We have 100% money back guarantee, so no risk. The challenge will be the challenges will be live at 8 p.m. on October 21st. At the beginning of the hackathon will start with the challenges going live. Yep. Okay, cool. All right, guys. It was a pleasure to be here with you guys, and I will see you again soon. All right, bye.
See you.
Bye, Diego. Bye, everybody.